Hi, Paul. How you doing, fella?
Peter.
Oh, Peter. Sorry, mate. Oh, that's the first cock up of the morning.
I've been called worse, you're all right.
Yeah, I promise I won't call you anything worse than that. So how you doing anyway, mate?
I'm not too bad. Not too bad.
I'm not going to edit this and take it out, by the way.
Yeah. You're all right. We'll get that one out of the way.
Yeah, that's it. It's only on the up from here on in. I'm like, can I thank you for doing this for www.thedartsforum.com? You know, it's a pleasure to talk to a lad kicking off his career in darts. You know,
no problem at all. It's a pleasure, yeah.
You know, from what I know of you, you played a lot of log end, and have only been playing on the bigger boards for a few years. You know,
right,
you made it up to Super League, and you were invited to county. Why did you turn the county down and then switch across to the PDC without going through the BDO system?
Well, I was just playing, like I say, in the pub leagues, and a few friends of mine, they were talking to a friend of theirs who had a bit of money behind him, and well, they sort of got him involved with me to try and pay for me to go to a few opens and just see if I was a bit better than pub standard. So I went into a few opens. I won one in Castleford, won another one not far from me, and then I went to the Lancashire Open. I got beat in the final there off Dave Chisnell. And then this person put me in the BDO British Open, Bridlington. I got to, I think, the last 16, last 32 there. And I was asked then if I fancied playing county, would I be up for selection? So I said, yeah. A couple of days later, anyway, before I knew it, this sponsor at the time was a bit of a surprise. Give me the forms for PD membership to sign if I fancied doing it. So I did. So obviously I told the guys at Lancashire. So it just didn't really work out, really. It was a bit of bad timing. I mean, I'd have loved to have had a season or two at county. You know, I've been down there to watch the lads a good few times, and it's a real good crack, great standard, and yeah, I'd have loved to have played, but it was just a bit of a timing issue, really.
Yeah, Lancashire is a real hotbed for darts. How did the county feel when you told them, sorry, I'm going with the PDPA?
Well, I don't think they were too bad, because it was one of them. If they've never had me before playing, they're not missing out on it. If you know what I mean. It was just one of them. I think they understood the situation. Tommy Thompson and Doug Smith at the time there. So no, they were fine with it. You know, I'd have loved to have played. Like I say, I still go up there if I can watch a few games. You know, it's a great day out. It's a cracking standard. I mean, some of the players just come through over the last few years. I mean, even playing in the PDC now, you've got the likes of Chisnell, Sean Griffiths. You've got, you know, stalwarts there, Paul Whitworth, you know, the likes of Joe Mernon, who've done great in the UK Open this year. So no, it would have been great to play, but it's just one of them things. It was the timing, really.
Possibly never meant to be.
Well, maybe no. That's it. Like I say, it was only a short stint, really, on the Super League circuit, really. Maybe a year and a half there playing for the local side. So, and then obviously with PDC events now, it becomes harder and harder to get to these, you know, the weekends. So I don't play as much as that as I'd like. You know what I mean? So miss it, because it's the good days out, and you know, it's great practice, and you're doing it for your local side, your Super League side, your county.
Yes, that's for the pure love of the game, isn't it?
Well, that's it. Yeah, I mean, it's great days out, youth, the county, the ladies. It's a great weekend. So yeah, I'd love to have played it, but it's just one of those things.
When you first pitched up at a Pro Tour event, did you expect the quality and the standard to be as high as you found it?
I did, from the ones that I knew of, the top guys that you see on the telly. the ones that you see, Premier League, World Championship,
Yeah.
you know what they're like. And,
Yeah.
But you don't realise the strength in depth all the way down. I mean, a lot of people, when I go for a practice in a pub, they don't think anyone else can throw a dart besides the top guys on the telly. But, I mean, you go to a Pro Tour event and, you know, the last one in the rankings is throwing 100 averages. You know, it's absolutely fantastic. And, no, I didn't expect... I expected the top guys to be as good, if not better, you know. But I didn't expect the standard all the way down. No, it's impressive. So
is it fair to say that you've actually found it a touch harder than you thought you would at the outset?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I mean that's to say it's. I found it harder. I mean, like I say, the standard all the way down. It's about the long days as well. It's keeping concentration. It's not just about throwing darts. It's about everything about you. It's about preparing that. It's about looking after yourself on the day, making sure you don't do too much practice. You don't do. You know, you've got to. It did take me probably 6 months to learn how to do things when you get there, and you know, as I say, the standard all the way down is fantastic, and it only gets better now. We've got more BDO players come over, the likes of Dave Chisnell, John Henderson, Brian Woods this year. You know, this year it's gone through the roof again. Last year was fantastic, but this year it's unbelievable.
Yeah, I don't see it getting any easier to get through to the semis and the final of one of these events. And as you rightly say, they are long days. You had pitch up around between 10 and 11.
Yeah.
And you can be there going through to if you make the final at 6 o'clock. That's a long day. And there's a lot of practice, there's a lot of distraction.
Yeah.
You know, it's a long time to actually keep focused for.
Well, that's it. And, you know, it's not just about throwing the darts. That's what it's about. It's about not just keeping your body fresh, keeping your mind fresh. You've got to keep yourself, you know, you've got to relax in between games. I mean, don't get me wrong, we're not down a mine or anything, but it's not easy to go through it all day on your feet, and you know, it's the tough days. But that's why the top guys are the top guys, because they can do it. They get used to it. They're conditioned to it with the mind. You know, the focus is unbelievable. I mean, I have, over the last year or two, I've had some great results, and then I've threw in a 6-0 defeat somewhere, and I'm thinking, I've just played so brilliant, how can I do that? But that's why the top guys are the top guys, because they keep that focus all day, and, you know, it's not just throwing the darts, it's everything else involved as well, so they're tough, yeah.
Talking about the great results, you've taken some pretty impressive scalps. You'd like to run through them?
Well, I have had some good results. I've had some good games with Gary Anderson. I've managed to sneak one against him. I've managed to win twice against James Wade. I've beat Andy Hamilton 2 or 3 times, Jamie Caven, John Henderson, Dennis Smith, Robert Thornton, Yella Klassen, Colin Lloyd. And a good few more. And, you know, I enjoy them games. I've had a good game this year with Phil. I've gone 6-5.
Yeah.
I was 5-3 up and a wired.
I was going to talk about that one.
Ooh. He's still fresh on my mind.
Yeah, I'm sure he is. Do you fancy a touch of revenge?
Well, not a revenge. It's great to play someone like that. You know, you realise where you've got to take your game, what you've got to achieve. You know, when you play Phil, it shows you where you're going wrong and what you've got to put right. Because as we saw at the match play recently, you know, there's nobody better. So.
Well, yes, he's certainly the best player ever to have held a dart.
Yeah.
And so you obviously take, you know, from these experiences, a lot of positives and try and work them into your practice and try and iron out the little flaws that you recognise. Yeah,
that's it. I mean, earlier on in the year, this year, I remember before actually qualifying for the UK Open, I was struggling the first 4 events. I didn't win any money, and I kept getting beat 6-5. I got beat 6-5 off Phil. I got beat 6-5 off Michael Barnard. I got another couple of defeats, and I was scoring unbelievable. And I just the odd double at a crucial time, and I'm normally quite good under the pressure, and yeah, I mean, over the last couple of months, I've been really practicing on my doubles, and my doubles have come on great, and I mean, my finishing, I've been really good with it, so I know my scoring's fine, that'll take care of itself. I can score with anyone, but if I get my doubles right, and which is the same as, 99% of the players on the tour, it's no big secret, it's doubles what win you the game, you can score all day, but they're going in at the moment, and no, I'm doing okay with them, yeah.